Hi everybody. I know I promised a video a while ago, but life gets away from you, not with you. Well, it gets away with you too, but that's at the end of your life. Um, I am on such a great adventure, and I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. Maybe I just didn't have the time, didn't have the balls. I don't know, but between driving across the country, moving to a new state, living by the beach, living in a beach town, uh, I have worked at a restaurant. I worked there for 3 weeks and decided that was not for me, at least not for the pay anyway. Um, I tried to do art. I've done art. I tried to do art. I have done art, but I've tried to sell my art and found out it's a lot harder than you think it is. But I would go every Thursday, and I'm going to try to go this Thursday to a place called Jam and Jensen. I put up my table, I sell my art, and I've sold something every time I've been out there, so that's a nice thing. And then I finally found a studio, and there's a place called Zero Empty Spaces. And if you're an artist and you have a Zero Empty Spaces near you, it is probably one of the best things that I've done. You rent, it could be 100 square foot space for however much they charge. And you get to paint and do whatever art that you do. But in addition to that, you get to sell your art while you're there. So it's not just an art space, it's also a gallery, which then, you have the people saying you have to keep it clean, which is always tough for me because I don't keep anything clean. That's why you only see the blank wall behind me, because if I showed you the rest of the house, it's just not how I function. I think it's the ADHD. I could be a little bipolar, who knows, little anxiety, or just that I just don't care. Neither here nor there. This adventure that I'm on, I've just started doing Uber Eats and Dasher driving, DoorDash driving, and I deliver food to people. And I always think, I always never really thought about what people do to do this. I love it. For 2 hours a night, usually right on the dinner time, I drive and I wait for a thing, and I put on my, I've got my phone, I put it on, I wait for it to go ding, take a job, pick up some food, deliver the food. I have found some beautiful neighborhoods that I have never seen before, didn't even know that they existed. Places where there's just gorgeous homes, there's just quaint homes, there's everything. It's so pleasant, and you're just out there and you've got the music on. I've got my music in my car and I'm just listening and I'm GPSing. And as soon as it starts getting dark, I'm like, nope, going home. And then I just have to remember to eat before I go. That's one of my biggest problems, is not remembering that I'm hungry until my stomach starts to growl or my blood sugar drops, one of the two, but that's not a good thing either. So eating is definitely something I need to work on. Eating well is something I really need to work on. I'm not doing very much exercise, and I think I will get to that. I just think it's just, I just don't feel motivated to go work out. And I know I always feel better once I do, but maybe I just haven't found my tribe yet. Or maybe I need to find yoga or Pilates, or I don't know. In addition to all of that, I have started a bookkeeping business. Now, a lot of people that are watching this probably know this already, but it's a remote bookkeeping business. It's all done through QuickBooks. However, I do have a client, which is phenomenal. Thank you, Jen. And my client has me in their network, and it is still a QuickBooks. It's just QuickBooks Desktop. It's not QuickBooks Online. But there's a lot of opportunity to be able to do this. Now, I didn't want to do accounting. I didn't want to come back out here, and I wanted to do my art, but you got to make a living. And what I found out is I missed it. I missed working in the spreadsheets and doing the accounting and analyzing, because the logic side of my brain needs that as much as the creative side needs to do art. So while I'm working, I work, which because I'm working on the West Coast time, I don't have to go to work till 11:30 in the morning. I work till about 3:30, 4 o'clock, sometimes a little later, sometimes 5, whatever. And then I tend to head over to the mall where I have my Zero Empty Spaces, where where I have my studio, and I paint for a while. And then if I feel like it, I go drive for a couple hours. And this is just proving to me more and more that I am figuring out who I am. It's really, really difficult sometimes when you've got everybody else's voices in your head, everybody telling you what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what you're good at, what you're not good at. I rather just experiment and see if I can do it. I don't tend to like to drive, but I love delivering food. Maybe it's just the smells in the car. I don't know. But in addition to that, I am going to drive across the state by myself. I'm going to go explore some stuff over in Tampa and St. Petersburg because they have a great art community over there. I might be I want to go look at art festivals. It just costs money to go to an art festival and to submit and all that. It's like probably $500. It's not terrible, but I would love to start doing like a every weekend or every other weekend art festival track where I can sell my work. Now, my painting work, I'm so excited about. And I'm sure that I talked about this before, but it's really, really developing. And it started over the Christmas break. I created a 12-piece birthstone pour, where you do the paint pouring. I did it for each birthstone with their colors, and then added the actual birthstone or the colors of the birthstone onto each of the canvases. What I'm doing now, and it can go one of two ways. I make these little 3x3s. They're about this big, but I also make some bigger paintings, and I add the crystals and the gems onto them after I have finished the design, the painting itself. So, for instance, I made I did skulls, I did sea creatures, the beach, angels, winged creatures. I just finished a mermaid series, which I would get up and show you, except that when I got dressed today, I put on blue shorts and a purple top. And it's just not worth me getting up and showing you. But I'm sure if you've seen my Facebook, Serene Artiste, my Serene Artiste on Instagram, I've got all of that. I've got all of those things in there. And but recently I did one. A woman had lost her daughter about 14 years ago, and she was looking at my paintings, and all she kept saying is she wanted doves. So that was my commission, and I made a 6-piece dove series, and she bought 3 of them. She came back and she bought 3 of them. But there's 2 ways that I do my crystals. One is if it's purple, I use the purple crystals like amethyst. If it's black, I'll use a little bit of onyx or obsidian is usually what I use. But because these were specific for what she wanted, I used very purposeful stones that were for peace, serenity, letting go. And I even put a little list of them behind the pictures so she knew what crystals went into those pictures. So my goal here is to create healing art. So it's not just art and it's not just crystals, but it's something that you can take home with you that will give you good energy. And I am loving this. So one more thing, my baby, my Jacob, my 12-year-old, almost 13, oh my gosh, came out to see me for spring break. And you want to talk about an adventure, he flew out by himself. And that is not something that I thought that would ever happen. But you know what? He's growing up and he did such a good job. The stewardesses, or not stewardesses, the flight attendants loved him so much that they kept giving him extra snacks, extra food. He had an extra layover in Charlotte. I think it was 4 hours instead of 2, or instead of 1. And he took it like a champ. I finally got to see him. I actually was at the wrong gate. There were 2 gates next to each other, both departing. And I didn't look at my screen to see that he changed the gate. So when that one plane departed, or whatever, I couldn't find my son, and I freaked out for a little bit. And then they told me it was the other plane. And there he was at the very, very last one off the plane. And he'd cut off all his hair, and he just looked so cute. We had such a great time. We did the beach, we did the pool, we went to some of my favorite places. We did a little bit of art at my studio. And the coup de grace is we went to the Phillies and Astros game at West Palm Beach. And he got to see some of his favorite players, and was just, we were there for a good 6-7 hours. And what a drive. And we went to a wildlife conservation place and conservatory, and boy, what a great adventure he and I had together. And I was very, very sad to send him back. I cried for a good hour after he left. But you know what? I am happier than I have been in a really, really long time. I am finally just doing things that I want to do, and I'm doing them for myself. And I am really, really loving who I am, where I am, and all the possibilities of what I can do and will do. I will be driving to Savannah, Georgia in July for a celebration of birthdays. So that's going to be sweet. And that's going to be another adventure. I can drive out there by myself, and I'll probably fly back to Vegas for a little while. So I probably see everybody this summer from Vegas, my Vegas family. I miss you guys. I do love it here though. And we'll see what the next stage of my adventure is going to bring, because I'm excited. This is really exciting to be able to really broaden my horizons in a way that I didn't know if I ever would be able to. But I dance and I sing and I paint and I work and I meet new people every day. And I wish all of you could feel this kind of freedom and peace, because I feel a lot of it. It's not without conflict. It's not without troublesome things. But whatever it is, I look at the moon and I look at the sky and I just love my life. So until next time, you guys have a great night, day, whatever it is. I don't know what time of the day it is for you, but it's getting a little late for me. So, mwah, love y'all, and have a great one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.